Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back at it again with another reaction. Today we have Erika Kirk versus Candace Owens. We have a little bit of MAGA infighting. St. James, what do you know about all this?
I know it's getting crazy out there. I know that the two ladies are going at it. I'm not a huge Candace Owens person, but with that being said, she's making some good points. And Erica Kirk is I don't know. I feel sad that she lost her significant other, her the father to her kids, but it is a weird grift going on with her and team TPUSA that's very interesting. So that's my two thoughts. Some of the stuff doesn't add up from that side.
Definitely some interesting stuff from Turning Point USA. Everything's been turned up to 100 ever since Charlie Kirk got assassinated. So it's been very interesting to see that growth and see how Erica Kirk has been moving. How is she being in the media? How her light and her stardom has grown a lot, and it's been very interesting. Do you think it could be jealousy? Maybe Candace Owens is just jealous of Erica Kirk's success.
No, I think her and Charlie was actually friends. One, I think also is such a appetite for this type of stuff on the right and the left. Actually, let's not make it right versus left. It's such an appetite. Ali, tell me this. I think the biggest winners of like this like drama, the Epstein shit, like even like Obama saying it's aliens or may not be
Oh,
aliens,
we gotta talk about
is
that later.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Conspiracy theorists have to be like, holy shit, it's our time. We have been right about everything. So like one of the things, like, it's such an appetite because like I don't know about you, Ali. We haven't talked that much about it, but the Charlie Kirk thing, I still don't at all believe anything that they tell us as far as the government. Like it just does none of it as. So it's like this weird thing where I think it is an appetite. Her audience wants this. Her audience like kind of maybe needs this, and for the others on the other side, if I was like Erica, I think it's just she's an opportunist, like her husband, like her ex, like her past husband, a capitalist, and it's just a lot of money to be made. And I just think that's what it keeps coming. Like one person's trying to make money off of this, the other person's trying to get to the bottom of it. Now this person trying to get to the bottom of it might be full of shit depending on who you talk to. So that's the problem. But yeah,
Right, right. And also, I feel like if you have a brand and an audience that all about righteousness, and we're about values and what's right and how to be a good person and how to be a good person, or how to live your life correctly based on what we say it is. At some point you're faced with a choice like this where it's, do I go after the people that I know when they're acting differently and it's not in line with what I believe in? Or do I look the other way for these guys and maybe profit from looking the other way and just kind of agree with whatever they do? And maybe Candace Owens saw that she had a choice like that and she made a different choice than what people usually would make. You know what I mean? She decided to be righteous no matter what, or righteous in her mind.
she definitely has to think she's on the right side of history. And there's also that thing where it's like, to be fair, to be honest about this, it's also a profit motive behind Candace Owens. It's nothing right now bigger. It's no bigger bag to be had than saying none of this shit makes sense. They're lying to you. This between YouTube, between fucking all the grifting you can do, Rumble. Like if you are out here saying the government's lying to you, you will make money. It is money to be made about this. You know,
And you just gotta be right a little bit. You just gotta be right about it
just a
a little
little bit.
bit, a little bit, and then you just you go crazy. Okay, okay. Let's start. Let's watch the video. Let's see what they're getting into.
There was another controversy involving the halftime show because Erika Kirk decided to say, yo, that I ain't gonna let y'all Spanish speakers take over my dead husband's country. She pulled all her money together to run a halftime show by TPUSA and claimed that they had 5 million concurrent viewers.
Did you watch this?
Yeah, no, they watch that
You
bullshit.
telling me you didn't watch the Turning Point USA's All American halftime show during the Super Bowl?
No, bro, I don't need to listen to Kid Rock talk about having sex with one of his cousins, bro. I'm
You
over it.
telling me you didn't stop your Super Bowl broadcast, tuned over to a different app, loaded that app up, logged in, just to be able to
That's
see Kid Rock's performance? All right, let's go.
But Candace Owens had something else to say about that. But first, let's go to XQC, a fellow Montrealer who
He's
is
from Laval.
Yo, is the chat frozen? I don't get it.
5 million live
Live
viewers.
chat, then. It's not loading in.
I just wanna catch my fish, drive my truck.
Did he say, I just want to kiss my fish?
I don't know. I thought you said I want to catch my feelings.
Hold on.
5 million live
Live
viewers.
chat, then. It's not loading in.
I just wanna catch my fish, drive my truck, drink my beer,
You guys,
not wake up to all this
Hello?
stuff I don't wanna hear.
hello?
Same kind of gun I hunt with.
So he jumped in the live stream and realized, like, yo, there's no traction to this shit. There's nobody actually here. And they've been cooking up the numbers, but other people started looking into it. And this is where my favorite conspiracy theorist comes into play. The girl who knows about the communist bees.
There's some weird underground, it's like I sense like imminent danger is coming. It is relating to a school. I think it's a communist underground, and I don't know why, but it has something to do with bees. Bees.
What the fuck is she on?
Oh, look at
bro?
Ali. Bro,
What
who
is
knows
she
you know
talking
her?
about?
Bro, I meant to talk about hold on. What? Well, before you get there, what was this country guy saying? I just want to catch my fish,
Dude,
ride
I'm
my
telling
truck.
you, let's
So
go.
Candace,
Let's go
what?
back.
Is the chat frozen?
Candace Owens had
Let's
something
go. I'm telling you, bro. Who the fuck is this guy?
else.
Yeah, bro, what?
5 million live
Live
viewers.
chat, then.
It's coming up.
It's not loading in.
I just wanna catch my fish, drive my truck, drink my beer.
You guys,
I just want to kiss my fish, drive my truck, drink my beer.
Not wake up to all this
Hello?
stuff I don't wanna hear.
Not wake up to all this stuff I don't want to hear, which is a very childish thought.
Yeah, bro.
to
This is the
have.
most privileged fucking shit I've ever heard, bro. And it's privilege. It don't even sound that good. He wants to drink and drive and go fishing, bro. What?
Oh, kiss my fish. Isn't that gross? This shit's slimy, bro.
I don't know
hello?
what that is, bro.
I don't fucking
I don't
know.
know.
Same kind of gun I hunt with.
So he jumped in the live stream and realized, like, yo, there's no traction to this shit. There's nobody actually here. And they've been cooking up the numbers, but other people started looking into it. And this is where my favorite conspiracy theorist comes into play. The girl who knows about the communist bees.
There's some weird underground, it's like I sense like imminent danger is coming. It is relating to a school. I think it's a communist underground, and I don't know why, but it has something to do with bees. Bees.
You know, Candace, shout out to Candace, man. You know, bitch is crazy, but I fucking love everything she does.
And she does begin the call by being thankful to the entire Turning Point USA team for their work at the memorial event. So let's take a listen.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things.
So this is like a all hands meeting type of thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium, overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial.
So whether it's her and her organization doing this disgusting memorial, where they have this TPUSA event and you can take a picture in a booth where it's right where Charlie Kirk was assassinated for a photo op for money.
Whoa, what the fuck? That's a
Yo,
little that's a little morbid,
wow.
huh?
That's a little, yeah. You talk about not actually caring. Jesus Christ.
Monetize the very tent that he got shot at.
I don't know, man. I don't, and this is her late husband of at this point, uh, 2 weeks ago. I think Turning Point wasn't that long ago from when I mean, this event was nothing but a few weeks after.
It's got.
It was
I
crazy.
mean, 3 weeks after, like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, if we're being generous,
Yeah,
21 days.
yeah.
Yeah, and in the way he got taken out, I mean, I don't know how this woman, she's throwing holy Vincent's happy about the outcome. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's a little weird. It's a little off.
You're fucking sick. All right, you can say whatever you want about Candace and all these different things, and we joked about her earlier in the show, but she is right about TPUSA. She is absolutely right about Erika Kirk's behavior. She's right about the fact that they look like they're just here to make money off of this dead man. There is no reverence for the dead. There's no respect for his grave. I can't get over the idea, like, I'm not religious, okay? Preach gets assassinated here on the studio. Y'all really think I'm gonna run a live event and do a fucking set where you can take a picture with this guy for money? You think I'm gonna run a show with fucking fireworks, turn into WWE? There's no way. I feel like I have no reverence for the
Well, a part of it is people eat that up. You know, as much as even if Erika Kirk would hate it, she would know this would just lead to better outcomes. The more cinematic they make it, and there's a segment of the audience that would eat it up. So it's not. I,
Oh, yeah.
these guys are surprised, and I'm thinking of it like it's expected. Like these are the type of people that they were, and this is the circles they run around. Like they got to be opportunists, and every time there's a chance that you can capitalize on it, you better do it. And that's what she did. And it can't just be her. I'm willing to bet there's powerful people as soon as that happened came up to her and they're like, we'll do X, Y, and Z for you. Just let us have a share or get a percentage of all this money that you're gonna make right now. So she probably just gave the keys to a bunch of people that knew how to run this machine, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But as the thing was like, it is callous, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, you made a good point, Ollie. I didn't think about it. It probably was a team behind her saying, "This is the time to make a bunch of money." But I guess the pushback, Ollie, Preach said, or Abby and Preacher saying, is like, bro, if something happened to you, Ali, you think I give a fuck if anybody told me it's time to make money off of Ali's dead fucking name?
Right,
Like, no,
right.
I'm like, get away from me. I'm gonna grieve for a while. And nigga, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? We good homies. We ain't never did anything. We're not
Yeah.
couples. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't have kids together. I'm trying to be, as hood and progressive as I can with this statement. You know what I'm saying? We two straight men, bro. And I would be exactly with two straight men. I'd be sad for months if something happened to you. This woman had his kids, a couple of them, a couple kids,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know what he really want? He would want me to make tons of
Ton of
money off of
money.
his name.
He'll want me to shoot this with cinematic cameras and have run a
She
shoot
looks
a
like.
bunch of
Did you see?
fireworks.
Well, she looked like Hulk Hogan coming to the ring, bro.
Dude, I know. All she needed was that one song. I am a real love man. And she would go crazy. All
Yeah.
right, let's go.
dead than these people do. I'm pretty much just agnostic. And it makes no sense because I don't even necessarily believe that there's necessarily an afterlife. But the idea that these people can treat the dead this way and tell me that they're truly religious,
The reason why you're thinking like that is because you're not religious. Because Charlie Kirk's death was a blessing. So if it is a blessing, then the blessing is the money. And for the second thing that you wouldn't do like a booth with me where you could take pictures.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, you could just frame it that way and be like, he went to heaven and he gave us this blessing on his way. So I'm trying to use this as a blessing. So you wouldn't even feel bad about it.
Yeah, if you wanted to frame it that way, for sure. It's hard as a guy who used to be very religious. I've heard this train of thought forever. Whatever bad thing happens because God wanted it to happen. But one, I think Charlie Kirk, some of that I don't think he had it coming. Let me get my words straight. But you preach hate, you get hate. One, and then two, it's a universe. If Charlie Kirk doesn't get assassinated, bro, it's a universe. He's the next president. Maybe not the next. In a couple terms, he's the next president. So like, I don't know this. I don't think you can make the argument, Ali, that this is the best outcome from him. It might be the best outcome for her, right? But I don't know. Charlie Kirk was. I don't know, bro. I can see universe like it's not gonna be JD Vance. Like, who's the next person after Trump? It might be him. I know that sounds crazy, but it
Nah,
might have been
I wouldn't
him.
see that. I wouldn't see that at all. I don't know. I just never. Uh, you gotta have something. I feel like you gotta. Donald Trump had the success and the money. He was like a businessman. I feel like if you're just a good talker, you just be a good talker. I don't know if he would be necessarily
Turning
president.
Point USA. It makes a lot. It makes a lot of
They
money.
were
It's making a
making
lot of money.
they make the next politicians and the next presidents, but I don't know if Charlie Kirk could have been the next president. I think you're a little bit of a too much of a speaker. You know, you just be talking and debating and stuff. You wouldn't be actually doing things like a outsider politician would be able to do. Like, I did this, I did that. That's why I'll be good for being a president. If you're just talking, you just be yapping. You know.
No, that's fair. I guess my only thing is Donald Trump is president because he's a great talker and he was a TV show personality.
True.
I mean, Charlie Kirk, I mean, we don't have TV shows like that anymore, but we have the internet. Who's bigger online? And you got minutes, Ali. Me and you aren't in those. I mean, I keep my ear to the ground, and you do too.
Yeah.
But we're not like super in these like right wing echo chambers. I mean, like I said, before he got taken out, I mean, he was the guy. And it wasn't even close. Like, he was the guy on that side. So I don't know.
Yeah, you probably have a point. Yeah.
I'm just saying, and I always say that, Ali, is to push back if this was, I guess, not to you, to them, these people, like, well, God wanted him dead, so that was the best thing that could happen. I'm like, I don't know if that's the best. Objectively, I just don't know if that's the best thing that could happen.
Definitely
like,
not.
He had a bright future. You know what? Actually, it's a pretty easy argument to say that's the best.
Yeah, getting shot in the neck. Not the best outcome, I hear. all right, let's keep it going.
Sure. I would allow you to do it if you would give the proceeds to my girl. You know what I mean? No?
Even
All
then,
right.
I would never do it. Even if you allowed me to, even if it helped your family, I would not do it.
It's because you're not religious. Because dying is a blessing. Amen?
Order in the court. I know you're memeing. I get what you're saying.
But that's how they that's really if you go and you talk to these people and you say that, that's exactly the response that they're gonna say. They're gonna say, hey, listen, the Lord give, the Lord takes. So he took away and there was a reason. So there is a blessing in there, and I have to see it.
Okay, so you guys can actually check the records on this one. I am not, nor have I ever been, a conservative stereotype when it comes to the Super Bowl halftime performance. I feel like it's a bit of a fad now on the right. You watch the Super Bowl for the sole purpose of complaining about the halftime performance.
No, fucking based, man. Shout out to Candace. Based. I like
Communist bees. Rihanna and conservatives made it seem like she was trying to channel the devil. She was actually pregnant and wasn't even moving around that much. I'm also a Shakira stan, so I thought her and J-Lo had a fun halftime performance. I'm not really one of these people.
And that's what I was telling you earlier.
I guess this is where you would figure out who's actually a sane person and who's like an insane person. If they can't even set aside politics and be like, yeah, Shakira's got some jams. Yeah, Rihanna's pretty decent, you know? And I might be supporting, you know, the Republicans and Donald Trump and all that, but I'll admit, like, you know, they have good songs. Like, if you want to pretend Kid Rock has like the best music ever, like, sorry, dog. Like,
Kid Rock's not even the best country star, bro. This is what I'm talking about.
I thought he's not even like a singer. He's like a rapper. He's like a screecher on the. He's not like really singing to me. I don't know, bro.
Me neither, bro.
All right, let's see. Keep going.
Because they got mad at Shakira and J-Lo. They did.
Not
I
as
remember
mad.
that controversy. Agreed.
Not as mad. They're like, yo, they can't fucking.
That's weird
Real
as hell.
quick. They shut up real quick. They're like,
I remember that. I remember that. That's the day the conservatives who were complaining on Twitter or YouTube all had their hunched backs a little bit.
they're like,
Their hands weren't in this
They
fucking
can't
frame.
They can't fucking.
And there was just a little bit of extra
they can't
motion.
fucking. Huh? What?
So just a little vibration, okay?
You guys know Mark Anthony. That's why I had to come out for my boy. When they were saying stuff about him and what he did at a wedding after 11 p.m. No, he should not be responsible for that as a Latino man. I like the old school stuff, Aventura, the old Mark Anthony.
Okay, wait, hold
Listen,
up.
you don't get this. Who are you? Talking about Ayandura. Yo, what do you know about that? What do you know about that? King, ding, 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 ding. What you know about that, B? Okay, Candace, talk about that.
You know what? My bad. You know what? Order in the court. I would like to apologize.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, you was.
You got good taste in music too. Fuck it, communist bees right here. Let's keep going, okay? Candace, I'm sorry. Whoa, that's mine. That's my gavel. I bought that off Amazon. Don't touch that. Thank you.
I can't go back on.
No. You can't.
Manipulation.
Leave that to me, all right?
I grew up listening to all of it. So
No, play that back.
What the fuck is that?
I grew up listening.
Yo, the way I effortlessly fell for that is disgusting. That is disgusting.
No, he should not be responsible for that as a Latino man. I like the old school stuff, Aventura, the old Mark Anthony music. Hasta ayer. I grew up listening to all of it.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna start tripping.
Okay, Candace. You don't need to prove nothing no more.
But he didn't book himself. And because of that, Turning Point USA announced that they would produce an alternative, quote unquote, all-American Super Bowl halftime show. On the Republican side, we're tweeting about, hey, turn your TV off. No, nobody turned their TV off. We can say no one did that, actually. The numbers jumped. Bad Bunny was performing live, Turning Point USA, pre-recorded, I think, a couple of weeks ago. If you know YouTube at all,
Damn,
that's
so it
just not
wasn't
true.
even live. The Turning Point USA show was pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded.
What the fuck?
It's actually, I laughed when I saw. I was like, this is actually crazy. I can't believe they're actually going to try to pull this off. And I'm going to walk you through this, so you don't even have to have my background on YouTube to understand why this number is impossible. First and foremost, you can just do this test. What do we have right now? We have 95,000 people that are watching this show. As soon as this show concludes, I want you to see how many views YouTube is going to instantly give it right away. It's probably going to be something like 200,000 to 300,000 views right away as it continues to tabulate. This is a screenshot of their viewership after 6 million people tuned in concurrently at the exact same time. So that
That's embarrassing.
Yikes.
So I didn't know what the proof was. You don't even have to go to that. If you go look up Art Channel right now on a video that we just finished, because we have to end
Real
the
quick,
stream,
Ali.
it's already got.
What's up?
This is also the problem I'm having with the internet that's kind of annoying. Is everybody's just lying about their numbers and are allowed to lie about their numbers. And this is part of the reason we're in the problem we are in our society is there's a lot of narratives being pushed that people think is the mainstream narrative. And it's actually like a very niche community being really fucking loud and inflating numbers, i.e. Nick Fuentes. Like, and now he's a little bit more mainstream, but even though he's not that big, probably like 15-20% of Americans know who he is. And when you talk about you would think he's the next Trump.
Right.
Like, no, it's not in the same game. Trump was a household name by every metric before he got to being the president. But these numbers are consistently inflated. These people keep lying about it. Nobody calls them out on it. I mean, all right, they're being called out now, but you get what I'm saying. Like, nothing's done about it. And we just accept that people can lie about mathematical numbers that we can prove are right or wrong. That's it. That's my soliloquy. I'm offering.
No, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. It's so easy to fake things that, it's the optics are always gonna be there for you if you want to look a certain way. And it's especially if you're in those echo chambers, all you need is just a little bit of good numbers, and then everybody else does the rest. They all bounce it off of each other and all that.
got 22K views. So for context, we had 6,000 live viewers. The video came out with 22K views. Theirs had 5 million live viewers, supposedly. And it has 5,000 views after an hour.
I did see this picture. Um, Here's my. It's not a pushback, but it's like maybe this could be an explanation of this. There, it is possible YouTube's viewer counter breaks after you have a certain amount of views, and it'll show a very low number, even though it's much higher than that. What it is. It is weird how they only have 175 comments, but after an hour, I feel like it will be a little bit more. But who knows? Maybe this video just went live, so or maybe it's
know.
bot. Yeah, maybe. But I just wanted to give you. I heard because I heard of the broken YouTube view counter. So that's what I heard.
The most popular comment is the thing that Bad Bunny said.
And
That's
there's
like
100. Hold on. There's
95,000 watch-
175 comments. Nah, you can't.
Not with 670K likes. There's no way. Not possible. Having 175 comments for a stream that had 5 million people watching is insanity.
So I'm going to present you now the official list of the top YouTube streams based off of concurrent viewership. These were the events. Number one was in India. That is a nation of 1.5 billion people. They had a moon mission, and 8 million people in India tuned into it.
All right, let's take a look here. So we got the World Cup, which makes perfect sense. Anyone who knows World Cup viewership, you have people from all over the world tuning in on television, live streams. So these numbers make perfect sense with the events that are considered. So do I think that Erika Kirk's event drew in that many people? No. Absolutely not.
No.
I say it's probably closer to like a couple thousand people, like 3,000, 4,000 that watched live, based off of the press they got and the metrics after it was done. Okay, so let's say we think this is fake, right? Why do you think they did that?
Why did you fake stuff? You can't. You have to. Hold the fort. We're still strong. That's what we did there. There's a lot of people that are behind that, and we are right about what we're doing.
And for folks who are
Why
like,
would you
but people are not. You guys will be shocked. There's so many people who bought.
Yeah.
It is part of the industry for a lot of folks. It's how they get their numbers in. It's how they grow their metrics and get to sell to advertisers. In fact, there's some platforms like Twitch who will enable it because they get ad revenue or they get brand deals with specific brands based off how many viewers people have. And so if the numbers are down for live viewers, they can't justify the big brand deals they get. So there's a reason why.
It could be that too, when you kind of beholden to other people, and you want to inflate your numbers just to make sure you don't lose whatever you already got. That's crazy though. It's so easy to buy. It's so easy to buy these numbers and all that. It's just so crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely part of that. And then he also preached has said, "Why do you lie?" And that's to me that was a real brilliant question. It's like, why do you lie? But it's a little bit because like they need to justify this to whoever's giving them money for ads, and also it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy that we've seen even with like Trump is like if you lie enough, people believe in the lie, and then like people do think you're hot shit. But I'm starting to believe, Ali, tell me if you agree, that I'm hoping like my spirituality is trying to get me to believe on a long enough timeline, everything comes to the light. And I hope that method is true. I know, Ali, yeah, I can also see, but I'm hoping, right? That's why I'm praying for it, which is why we like hope like their logic behind this is not right. Yeah, they're lying. They're trying to make it like, oh, it's a lot of people who wanted to watch Kid Rock over Bad Bunny, even though we know in our heart that that's not true. But they're trying to build this hype up so we can maybe fall for it down the line. But I hope if we keep calling light to this stuff, that's like, dude, I don't care what you want to listen to, but why you gotta fudge the numbers? Is it because you people aren't that popular? Is it because you're spreading stuff that isn't actually liked or narratives that people don't actually care to follow? So you got to trick people into thinking it.
Right. But for years now, you're saying that we got the silent majority and more people like us than they like you guys. So that the logic behind that will be, so Kid Rock halftime show is gonna get more views than Bad Bunny halftime show, which is just clearly not true. And mainstream culture always chooses something else. So
People do this, but
Especially if there's some people that sponsored her based on what the viewership would be. So imagine if you turn out, like you paid all that money that you're going to be given a check for, you promise a certain amount of viewership, and you don't get those, you're going to go.
yeah.
My understanding in looking at this is that this is it. They're gonna force Erika on us. Like I said, this is the Kamala thing. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. We just got our hands up. We are literally victims here. They have the money, they have the power, and we're gonna shut up and we're gonna take it. And we're gonna have to accept this audacious polling. It's gonna be Andrew Colbert up on Fox News. Like, it's amazing. She is more popular than Cristiano Ronaldo. The internet loves it. YouTube loves her, and we're amazed that we pulled this thing off. We no longer live in a meritocracy. And Turning Point USA are effectively the righteous gemstones now. If you don't like Erika, then it's because you don't like Jesus. If you don't like what Turning Point's become, it's because you do not like Jesus. This is our new purchased.
Yeah. I will say, I actually did have some Christian YouTubers come and complain to me when we did our video on Erika Kirk saying it was inappropriate. You guys don't understand the power of Christ. When I see those YouTubers say stuff like that, I think to myself, whenever you guys align yourselves with these false prophets or these complete frauds because they're convenient right now, you do long-term damage to your reputation and to how people perceive your religion. You guys are very influential in the space. You help people sort through their faith. You help them find resources, answer questions, help them find the right questions to ask. But when you lie like this, when you pretend like Erika Kirk is not a complete fucking weirdo, and there's not a huge element of performative behavior with how her and TPUSA are acting, when you turn a blind eye to it because it's expedient for your immediate...
I genuinely think it's just that certain group of people wouldn't even be able to see it because they really want to believe that there is nice and benevolent people like that who are chosen by God. And, Erika Kirk is chosen by Jesus Christ to lead the TPUSA to glory after Charlie Kirk became a martyr for Jesus Christ, Lord Almighty. So,
Yeah, I mean, Ali, growing up in the church, you're not wrong. I remember being a young man, and it was so many things that objectively did not add up in front of my face consistently, but you overlook it because you're overlooking it for the greater cause, which is your faith in the Lord. And yes, some of the stuff doesn't add up, but that's because God doesn't want it to add up. And it is hard because, to your point, Ali, yeah, I do think some of these people are not seeing it, and they're down. They actually are bought into this cult, and then some people do see it, and it is a grift. The thing to me, at some point, I would bet, Ali, that these two things are going to have to come to a head. Now, it hasn't come to a head yet, which is crazy, but I would assume at some point, because there are people on the right who are conservative, who are actually principled. They believe in God, they believe in what they believe politically, and these are just their actual belief, and they're not, to be fair, they're not bad people. They're not. This is just what they believe, and this is how they see it. But there's a lot of people who pretend to be these people who are using this as a grift and a way to get up at this moment. And those people are going to get found out. We're seeing it happen in real time.
right.
But at some point they got to clash, right? That's the thing I'm trying to see. Like, when do these people clash? And do they clash, right?
Right. It hasn't come to it yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future.
religious goals, you do long-term forever damage to how people view a religion. It's like the people who make excuses for Catholic priests diddling kids. It's like, I'll never look at you the same. Everything you preach to me is going to be marred in some kind of weird...
What's up?
People make excuse for... I thought we just overlooked it. They make excuses for it like it's okay?
I don't fucking know anymore. You gotta be we gotta be very devout to do that. It's a whole new level of devotion.
You don't understand. the way he connects with God is through boy saga.
Shit, because it looks worse when you pretend like what we seeing didn't just happen. I think this is just further evidence of like, people say, oh, Apple, you're tripping about the hair. I don't know how y'all watch this stuff and watch all this fraudulence, them constantly lying about everything, them being excited about a merch sale. Oh my God, guys, it's only been 10 days since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. We made over $200K from merch.
That's crazy.
I don't care what y'all think.
That was 10 days. That wasn't even 2 weeks.
Wow.
Holy shit. That's fucking crazy, dude.
A heart heal fast when there's some money behind it, huh?
2 minutes, $200,000. Yeah. Merch sales.
Like, if it looks like a scam and a fraud, the bitch never meant any of it. If that's what y'all do after you guys see your loved ones die, is you immediately run to prophets and try to profit from their death in every way possible, your grief is fucking phony.
Damn.
Well said.
Damn. Final thoughts before we sign out?
Yeah, I think Candace Owens is doing something good for once. I support the cause. I hope she keeps calling out this grifter. It sucks that she's a grifter, but the enemy of my enemy. So I'm enjoying it. Also, I love to see a little infighting on the right. This is good drama. I don't wish anybody to get murdered or killed. So that I don't.
At least
root
it
for that for anybody.
differentiates between who believes their own shtick and who is like 100% knows it's fucking a grift, I guess that's the difference. Is Candace always like, huffs her own farts a little bit.
You know what? You love to see it when it's on your side.
Right. All right. With that, we're going to be getting out of here. See you guys next time with another reaction.
See you next time. Deuces.